By the end of this video, you will learn how to master the two-handed backhand from the kitchen line, from your grip and stance, all the way to knowing exactly when to attack and how to follow up your speed-ups like a pro. We'll also dive into a concept called the triangle effect, a simple but powerful way to anticipate your opponent's next shot before they even hit it. And I'm here with one of the best two-handed backhands in the game, Jack Monroe, a 6.6 Dupper rated player known for his consistency and precision. He's going to walk us through exactly how he hits those flawless backhand dinks, when to pull the trigger, and how to think one shot ahead every time. Jack's two-handed backhand dink is one of the cleanest in the game. He can hit 1,000 in a row without missing. The secret, he says, comes down to footwork, timing, and positioning. He explains that most people make the mistake of closing their stance too much. When your feet are square or closed off toward the sideline, you lose mobility and time to react to the next ball. Instead, Jack keeps his stance slightly open around a 45-degree angle, which keeps his chest facing the net and allows him to move quickly back to the middle. He says, "If I'm completely sideways, my chest faces the sideline and I'm slow recovering. But when I'm open, I just slide my foot back and I'm instantly ready for the next shot." It's a small change, but it makes a massive difference. So, the first rule, don't close off your stance when you hit a two-hander. Keep your chest facing the net and your feet set at a 45-degree angle. That's what lets you be consistent and fast at the same time. Now let's talk about grip, because how you hold your paddle determines how much control you get. Jack uses an extended handle paddle, but what's interesting is his hand placement. Most players put one finger on the back of the paddle. Jack uses 2 fingers instead. He says, "With 2 fingers, I feel like I get way more control. I experimented with 1 finger, no finger, and even full grip. But 2 fingers give me the best mix of stability and precision." Even with an extended handle, you don't lose pronation or wrist mobility with this grip. Jack explains that when you pronate, that is, rotate your wrist and forearm through the ball, you can still generate plenty of spin and pace. He points out that top pros like Ben Johns and Connor Garnett have both experimented with similar hand positioning because it improves control during dinks and quick exchanges. If you're trying to add stability to your two-handed backhand, experiment with adding a second finger on the back of the paddle. It might feel odd at first, but it helps you control the face angle, especially when you start attacking off the bounce. Here's where things get really fun. One of the biggest advantages of having a two-handed backhand is deception. Since you already use both hands on most dinks, your opponent can't easily tell when you're about to speed up. Jack says, "That's actually why I made the two-hander my default dink. It's almost impossible to hit a one-handed backhand off the bounce with power. But with 2 hands, I can disguise the speed up perfectly." So how does he decide when to attack? He looks at the height of the bounce. If the ball rises to around his knee or hip, that's his green light. That's when the ball is attackable. But where does he attack? Down the line or through the middle? That depends on positioning. He'll usually test the waters by going through the middle first to see how his opponent reacts. If the player in front slides over with their backhand, Jack knows the line will be open on the next shot. If they open up with their forehand instead, he knows to go back across. This awareness, reading the opponent's body language and paddle position, is what separates elite players from everyone else. When Jack demonstrates this live, it's clear how calculated every move is. He doesn't just attack and hope for a winner. He's already planning the next shot. After each speed up, he immediately resets to the center of his box, ready for the counter. Amateurs make the mistake of speeding up and just standing there, he says. But pros speed up, recover, and prepare for the next ball, because that next one is often the most important. He treats every speed up like a setup shot, not a finishing shot. The goal isn't to end the rally, it's to force a weak counter that he can attack again. This speed up and recover mindset is something every player can start using right away. Now for one of the coolest ideas Jack shared, something he calls the triangle effect. It's a simple but genius way to understand where the ball is going next. If you speed up down the line, imagine you're hitting into a wall. When that ball comes back, it's most likely to return straight down the same line. So Jack stays tight on that line, ready for the next shot right back at him. But if he speeds up through the middle, the triangle widens, meaning the ball can deflect to either side. In that case, he follows his shot to the middle and prepares to cover both directions. Once you start seeing this pattern, it changes how you play. Suddenly, you're not guessing where the ball's coming. You're anticipating it with accuracy. By now, you should have a clear understanding of how to master the two-handed backhand, not just as a shot, but as a weapon. These are the exact techniques that high-level players use to dominate at the kitchen line, and the best part is, they're completely learnable with practice. If you made it this far, make sure to subscribe for more advanced breakdowns like this. Now grab your paddle, hit the courts, and start building that triangle into your game. Because once you do, you'll start winning points not by guessing, but by knowing.